Hello, Tuhan Holloway with Albo Kali Salat, and tonight I'm going to be showing a particularly interesting little knife and explaining some martial uses for it. In reality, this is set up as a gentleman's knife. It's very pretty, it has a carbon fiber handle, and it's a very interesting design in that it's kind of in equilibrium here, in that the thing is, it's called the balance. It's by Ed Schempp. It's a Spyderco designed by Ed Schempp. And it's the whole design point of this is to make it equal. When you look at it, until you see the grind line on the blade, you don't even know where the point's going to be, because it's equal. You don't know, was this the edge or the tip, or is this the choil? You don't really know. So that's when it's closed, and that's a nice, it's kind of a nice gimmick to have it look that way. It's kind of an interesting knife. It's like, wow, that's pretty neat as a conversation piece. But of course, it's Schempp. So with Ed, everything's about function. So it looks good, but when you open it, you get this negative blade angle. You get this curve. What you have here now is something great, for opening boxes, whatever. You've got that negative curve. Now, I'm not a big person for severe negative blade angles, because I like to be able to thrust and stuff in a martial environment. But with this knife, because it's so small, 99% of the people are not going to think of using this in a martial context. But Ed sent me one of these, and Ed knows me, and he knows that I'm a martial freak, and I was going to do something with this. And we had discussed anyway, when he did the prototype and he talked a little bit about this, I discussed with him about that. It sounded really interesting to me, and that with that kind of blade angle, that it was going to look like a talon, and that for my uses, it would be like some of the very small nuances that I teach in Albo Kali Salat. Some of the Salat motions, some of the Kali motions that are very flowery, little close in, and what this would do is this would be like a talon ripping with this negative angle. It's going to cut, and you wouldn't have to do these power cuts like you would with a big knife, because if you do that with this, it's a small knife. You can do that, but this is small. The best use of something like this is hidden, because this is all you got for a blade. If a guy pulls out a 10-inch bowie, and you pull out the balance, and you decide you're going to knife duel, you got issues. Good skill set, you can still win, but you got to have supreme footwork and great deflection, because you've got to get inside this without getting killed. Well, so this thing is set up more for realistic use, in my opinion. Not many knife duels going on out there. If you're in a knife duel, you probably did something wrong. He pulls a knife, you pull a knife, he pulls a knife, leave. So what happens here is this is my gentleman's pocket knife. I'm carrying it in my pocket, my suit pocket. I used to open mail or whatever, and it's all I got. And when the vile ruffians assault me, say 3 or 4 guys, you got multiple assailants, you can start looking at equal force for that. Or if he has a knife and don't really know you have a knife, you open it up, or you got his back projecting out. And so instead of the big motion, it's the small motions. Now let me show you what these are based on. These are based on some of these motions. Empty hand. Walk forward here. Empty hand. You'll see some of the dances that you'll see in Albo Kali Salat, some of the Filipino arts, the little dances that were behind techniques. It's sitting here. This. And people are like, oh, what is this? Well, this is, Bruce, come up here a second. Bruce, one of my students up there. The thing is, if he throws a punch, everybody knows I got my deflections. Everybody does some kind of deflection or a block, a hard block. But what we're looking at is little intercepting. When I do these little dance motions, I'm getting things like this, where I get a shear off, push him off, because I've got this rotation. And see, there's the shear off. Now this, that's a busted elbow, because I've got this motion. So you start getting with it, this way. Here's my little dance motion. There's my rotation. There's my break. You see that wrist goes snap. Or I just come in here with this motion. Oh, look, there it rotates this way. This rotates over. This rotates. This very small, so many small motions can be into here, into here, into here. These rotates, but what you're getting is a balanced disruption. Here, hit, this kind of, see that, what I'm getting here is the spiral. If I don't have some kind of rotation of me, that's why it's doing this kind of motion in the air. If I just do this, here, and just go, good hard, let's say he's got this thing really out here. I do this, that's force on force. What am I getting? Nothing. If I get this, hard, watch. You see how that spiral, that little motion. So when I come in here and I go, very small motions, now look, spiral look here, this is push, pull against that forearm, tweak that elbow, pop, there goes his tendon. Oh, that sucks. Then, oh, and then it's dragged down because I just went here, 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 here. You see how I can push on the, now I've turned the brainstem. Oh, look, turn the spine. All these little nuances start to work. Thank you. So it looks something, I mean, you can be here and go, oh, deflection. It's inside, close in fighting. Oh, deflection. Deflect the arm, deflect the punch. Oh, here, and I'm rotating out, and this comes across. So there's the elbow. There's the wrist. Those kind of motions. The same things can be done on the legs, on the head, as I demonstrated on the head. I didn't do it on the leg. But I'll tell you, with a knife, this knife, those small little motions are the way to use it. The way I would use it. Sure, I can come in. I'm hitting, I'm probably about an inch of cutting edge. And really, because of the negative angle, I'm probably not even, I'm going to hit with a portion of that, half an inch. Yeah, is it going to suck to be the guy cut? Yes. But don't even see it. I'm in here. I'm in here. He comes in and hits, and it's, oh, it's laid up on the inside of his forearm. There's my rotation. What does that do? Cut, gouge, core like an apple on the inside of his forearm. Tendon's gone, artery's gone. Outside, here. Here, these little rotational motions. When I come in close, it's arm, oh, neck, oh, stomach. It's small, but it hooks like a talon. Out, oh, leg. Rotations, trap the limb. Push-pull methodology. Rotationing of that wrist. Rotate, cut, cut again. Against the outside of it, I come in, outside of the guy, deflect, over top the wrist, this comes across the forearm, rotate, shear down, slicing muscle off. Inside, oh, now it goes inside of here, core's in, so it's here, boom, and that's just slice, cut. So just all these little teeny, and you got that power from the hip turn and the really jerking motion and the optiques. So you can power that from this, and it's like a claw. Now the cool thing about this, I can show someone, this is already been cut up a little bit from previous cutting demos, but nothing up here. Zoom in on this. What we have here, right across here, is jean pants pocket area. So none of this is cut. This was cut from previous demos, this magazine article we were doing. Matting material. This is martial arts matting material. Same mat I'm standing on. It's trimmed off edges. Stuffed through inside. A couple layers of denim pants. And it can free move. It's not like it. This is sitting here on this heavy bag. That can move around. It's not like it's stuck, held down where it's easier to cut, to cut through this, where it's going to absorb all your energy. It's going to move a little bit. So when I'm in here, here's that pocket area. I can come in here and do this cut. Let's say I do a power cut down here, which hasn't been hit yet. I'll just show that power cut. I'm in here, and I come in with this, and just, I'll do a snapping power cut here. Well, I got a pretty good cut there. Cut through the jeans. And part. This is actually was cut before, so just pop that off out of the lock. We cut through the jeans. Here's one. Okay, not bad. Through flesh, it'd be a lot more involved. But let's say I'm here. I'm just in tight. I'm already up in here. I'm like, oh, got the arm. Let's say I'm now up here. I'm up there. This to his neck. Onto the arm. Cut, and I'm in here on the neck. All I'm doing is this little rotation. I'm doing this push-pull. It's that little rotation. Look at that. 2 layers of denim gone. And through some of the bang. Because it's the rotation. Shredding. This was simple. There's a stab. Oh, look, and a rake. Because it's a talon. I rake down. All I gotta do is rake. All these small motions are cutting. And if you look at the cuts, this was completely non-cut. All the way up here was not cut. Look at it now. Cut, 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 cut. Stab, cut, cut. I didn't even go fast. And this is a target that's got kind of fairly hard target because you're looking at, this is matting material. Cutting through this here. That's the reason I'm trying to cut through. Flesh is a lot easier. I found that normally you can go through about twice as much flesh as you come through here. We do this because it's cheaper than meat and a lot easier to clean up. But look at that. If I did that against a person's arm and shred it, and just these kind of motions. That's cut on the outside, rotate in, cut on the inside. That arm is, and it looks just like that same little salop motion, the little rotations from Kali from breaking, the little deflection break. Now I'm coming in here with, here, just a little rotation with it. Oh, that's all I got to do. I don't even have to go for that power. I can do that little jerk the jink at the end just to get through so I know it gets probably to the bone. But if I'm coming in here, I can just go. That. And that little motion. Pump, 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 pump. Cut on the outside, rotate under, cut on the inside of the forearm, cord. The arm's gone. That arm's not moving again. So this little thing, with the correct methodology, tiny little knife, can do an awful lot. And got to thank Ed for sending it to me. This is an awesome little knife. Now I will tell you, when it comes to utility use, if you're opening boxes or stuff, I mean, you just put it here. There you go. It's great for utility use, but for me, I always think of things from the Marshall standpoint, and it has Marshall usage, even though it's tiny. So, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the little demonstration, and if you're in the market for a very pretty, very unusual looking gentleman's knife that can surprise somebody if you end up doing a little Kali training, just check out the Schempp balance. Thanks.